Alan Mary was asked to come in and head up a team, and Alan asked me if I'd like to work with him on the optical unit. He'd won an Oscar for Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and he was Peter Lamont's cousin. There were no pyramids, they never shot, all the pyramids were models, and all the audience were models. There was one shot they needed, which the first unit hadn't shot, was Roger standing and looking at the pyramids, and they never shot it. And they never shot a plate or anything. And Alan said, well, let's go to the publicity department and find out what stills there are of Roger, if there's any sort of profile shots of Roger. So we found this still of Roger looking. And Alan made a large print of it. And we actually did the cutaway of Roger washing the pyramids with a still frame, and nobody ever noticed it. We had images which we back projected into the screens. One of the problems was the set itself required a certain element of lighting, a certain intensity. Some of the screens were flat to camera, but some were angled. And I do remember we had to take some of the footage and treat it and distort it so that when it was projected up on the screen, the perspective came back, at the right angle.
Cameraman Johnny Jordan could not be there, but he is not forgotten.
Johnny was in the best hospital. He had the best care for months and months and months on end. I mean, no producer could have been so considerate. The doctors would strive very, very hard to try and enable him to keep his leg. He was in terrible pain, and it didn't seem to heal. And he was up and running in no time. It was quite incredible.
After recovering, Johnny Jordan goes on to work on numerous films. His amazing aerial photography is featured on the next James Bond adventure on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Flying was a natural for him. He wasn't frightened.
While filming Catch-22, in a freak accident, Johnny Jordan falls out of an airplane and to his death. His cinematography lives on as part of the James Bond legacy.